Boom. Boom. I love it. Come on in. Come on in. I want you. Come on in. Ha ha. Woo. I love it. Love it. There we go. Welcome. All right, traders. All right, traders. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to another live trading review. Now, I want to give a special welcome to all of my VIP Trading Club members. You all know that we try to do this about 2 times a week, sometimes more. Today, I've decided to invite other followers from outside of the VIP Trading Club to join us today. So I hope you don't mind that. And what we're going to do today is in a live fashion. I'm going to go over a trade that I took with a group of my traders this morning in Apple. And the trades that I took were based on some concepts and some tactics and strategies that I've talked about and taught you over and over again. But as you know, in this business called trading, repetition is a very, very big value. I want to welcome all of those who are not members of my VIP Trading Club. I want to welcome you today. We're very pleased and very glad to have you join us today. And today is going to give you a little taste of what we do to every single week improve our trading until we basically reach that ultimate state of trading mastery. This is a game, traders, that you must work at. There are far too many people in this business, far too many people who've opened up trading accounts who think that just somehow, someday, one day, good trading just falls out of the sky. What they do is they wake up every day just simply hoping and praying that today is different from yesterday. Trading success does not happen that way. In fact, success in nothing happens that way. You've got to put some skin in the game. You've got to have some skin in the game. You've got to put work behind this. There are specific steps that you must do every single week to ensure that this week is not the same as last week. What we do here in my VIP Trading Club is that every single week, right, we look at things in a way, we review real trades in a specific way that will ensure that you move into your trading the following day in a very different manner. We don't allow our days to blend in with each other. And every single week, we take an additional step toward that ultimate goal of trading mastery, okay? All right, I see your comments. I see comments from YouTube. I see comments from my VIP Trading Club members. So that is an amazing thing. Glad to have you here, guys. All right, my trading reviews my average trading review lasts about 8 minutes. I have a funny feeling that this one's going to last a little bit longer, just simply because when I do it in a live fashion versus a recorded fashion, I'm able to go into a bit more detail with you, okay? Now, I'm also going to be able to take some of your questions, which I can't do in a recorded format. So you ask away. I won't be able to answer every single question, but I'll occasionally take a look through, and I will post your questions sort of like boom, just like that, from Danielle Alvarez, who says, my trader for life. I appreciate that, Daniel. Thank you. All right. Okay. Let's get started. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to, put myself in the lower corner here. Now, traders, what you should see right now, you should see my trading platform. And for those of you who have curiosity as to which trading platform my traders and I use, this version of the platform is called IFT Trader Pro. It is specifically designed, this version, for my traders and me. But the company that designed this for my traders and me is called Sterling Pro, a Sterling Trader Pro. So if any of you are interested in that platform, you can look up Sterling Trader Pro. It is an institutional style professional trading platform that allows us to do some very sophisticated things in the trading market. This is not your average trading platform. This is very sophisticated, very powerful, that has capabilities that many of your other retail-oriented trading platforms just simply don't have. So that's just to satisfy some of the curiosity. I know that every time I go live with my trading platform, that's one of the most popular questions that I receive. All right, so what I want to show you is that we're looking at Apple in the upper left-hand corner, right? We're looking at a 2-minute chart. Now, most of you who follow my work should understand that my traders and I do the vast majority of our short-term oriented trading off the 2-minute chart, which means that every bar you're looking at, whether it's green, red, or neutral in color, all right, represents 2 minutes of trading. There are 2 moving averages on this chart. The blue line, the blue moving average, represents the 20-period moving average. You can see that here. I don't know if you can read it, but that's the 20-period moving average. The red moving average, I'll change the color here. That red moving average is the 200-period moving average. And these are 2 simple moving averages. Guys, I've been trading professionally for the last 34 years. I personally have found no evidence that the sexier varieties of moving averages have any greater advantage over the simple moving averages. And whenever I'm offered the choice between something simple versus something a little more complex or convoluted, I'm always going for the simple version. So these are 2 simple moving averages. I believe in these 2 moving averages so explicitly that they are considered by us to be permanent parts of a chart, and I will never, ever look at a chart, no matter whether it's a 2-minute chart, a daily chart, an hourly chart, a weekly chart, a monthly chart. I don't look at charts without these 2 moving averages. Now that they're not the only 2 we look at, but they're certainly the anchors of all of our moving averages approaches to the markets, okay? So we've got the 20-period moving average and the 200-period moving average. These moving averages are smoothing out the data for us. So that 20-period moving average is showing you what the general trend is, which, as you can see, the 20-period moving average is sloping to the downside. Now, what moving averages do is eliminate the noise for the most part. They smooth out erratic, volatile behavior in the stock and show you the stock's vertebrae, for lack of a better phrase. What I mean by that is that sometimes when you're focused too much on the bars and their ups and down movements and their color changes, you can sort of be too close to the forest, to the trees, and you lose sight of the forest, right? So the moving average view gives us a step back view to say, wow, this trend is down. All right, the longer term trend is flat, which is represented by the 200-period moving average. So we've got a shorter term moving average showing us that the shorter term trend is for the most part down, all right, with brief moments up as well, but the general trend is down. And from a longer term perspective, the general trend is flat. Now, whenever I have a conflict in the moving averages, which means that the moving average, the short-term moving average is down and the bigger moving average is flat, it tells me that I should basically be looking for my trading on the downside. I should look to bet on the downside, but I can also, if the downside gets too overdone, play it back for a whip back to the upside, because that flat 200-period moving average tells me that it's down, but it's not severely down. Severely down would be both of them sort of trending downward. Okay, so what I want to bring you to right now is the first bar of today. All right, this is the first 2-minute bar of today. Okay, now it's important when we look at this bar to understand what happened in the bar. But before I delve into that, I want to also share with you what my traders automatically know if they're my traders. My traders know that first we must determine what is the stock's opening location. And we judge the stock's opening location by a few things. We grab the 20-period moving average right there. That's item 1. All right. We grab the 200-period moving average. That's item 2. Okay. We grab the last high of the day, which yesterday, that was the last high of the day. We grab the last low of the day. Well, that's not the last low. The last low of the day was here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've got 4 items. Let me do that again. We grab the 200-period moving average, item 1. We grab the 200-period moving average, item 2. I grab the last peak of the day like that, okay? And what was the lowest price going into the close of yesterday? Right here. So this is item 3 and this is item 4. Now, what I want to do is I want to draw a box around all of those 4 items, right? I'm going to take this. This is the top of the box. That's my topmost item. And then I want to grab the bottom of that box. This is the bottom of the box, number 4. All right. So now I want to move this into the future. And what this, my traders know this as the fabulous 4, because of the 4 items, the fabulous 4 zone or block. Now, the general idea is that if you open above the fabulous 4, which Apple did, boom, opens above right there. That is generally a bullish area. You should be looking to go long. But if the stock were to open below the fabulous 4, you're looking to play to the downside. So knowing where your stock opens in relationship to that fabulous 4 off the open is crucial for my traders. Now, as we can see here, all right, this is our fabulous 4 zone. I'm going to fill this in just for a moment because I don't want you getting confused by the bars in that zone. And I want us to just focus on what Apple did coming out of the open today. So Apple, whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. So Apple opens, okay. Give me a second here. Let me fill that back in. And I want you focused on the bars here. Apple opens at the top of that red bar. Now we don't have the red there. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to erase the red. I don't want you focused on the red. That red does not exist yet. Now, what Apple does from the open is it actually starts moving up. Boom, 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 boom. So right off the open, within seconds, we're talking 5 seconds, 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds, Apple is opening in a bullish area above the Fab 4 and shooting to the upside. But my traders know, don't be too anxious to jump in right off the open. I tell them that the vast majority of the time, you want to either wait for the majority of the 2-minute bar to finish. So 1 minute and 45 seconds, maybe 1 minute and 30 seconds. Or you want to wait for the whole 2-minute bar to finish and then decide which way you're going to play. Okay. So this is still too early to buy. It's happening in the first 10 or 15 seconds. And then what starts to happen very quickly is that this green starts to get erased by a downward movement. This portion of the green is erased. The next portion of the green is erased. Now I'm watching this with my traders and I'm telling them, uh-oh, traders, if all of this green is erased, what we're going to do is we're going to go short. Boom! We're going to bet on the downside. Now, why am I betting on the downside in a bullish location above the Fab 4? Because of a concept that I call violence. When a violent move erases, in particular, a lot of the opposite color. So we had green. Now this violent move down erases all of the green in a violent, sudden way. Violence makes the location disappear. I'm going to repeat that. A violent move down will erase the bullish location. A violent move up will erase the bearish location. Repeat after me, traders. Violence eliminates location. As long as you don't have violence, location is a valid concept, but violence eliminates location. Location is no longer present. It's no longer there. Violence makes this an IPO. Do you know what an IPO is? Let me show you. We're going to erase everything that has happened in the past. And we're going to pretend as if this is the first bar of Apple's life. Violence makes everything in the past disappear. Violence makes everything disappear. The future hasn't happened yet. And of course, that violence makes the past disappear. So now, when we look at this correctly, we know that up movements are green, but down movements are red. So now let's paint this down movement red the way it's supposed to be. Boom! And that is what I want my traders shorting. I want my traders diving into red violence. I want them diving into green violence too, but we don't have that. We've got red violence. And we've got red violence that wiped out green violence. So check this out. Some would say, well, Oliver, didn't we have green violence up? Yes, but it was too early. Also, what I want to say, even though we had green violence to the upside in a bullish location, you should always want to see either that violence remain there throughout most of the 2-minute bar. But if that violence suddenly gets wiped out by the opposite color, you give the benefit of the doubt to the wiper outer. You give the benefit of the doubt to the side that eliminated the initial side. So if the initial side is green and then the next side, red, wipes out the green, then the stronger side is red. It is not the green. The stronger side does not get eliminated. You understand? If green was the dominant color, it would stay green. It would remain green. It would ward off any attempts by red to erase it, but it couldn't do that. In fact, it just got easily blown away and eliminated. Violence, I want to hear you say this. I want to hear you say this. I got to bring myself back up here, guys. I want to hear you say this. Boom. I'm going to hide this. Say it for me. I want to see the comments coming across right now. Violence makes everything disappear, or violence makes location disappear. Say it. The wiper outer. Violence, the wiper outer makes everything disappear, makes moving averages disappear, makes location disappear. It creates an IPO situation with your stock. It starts a brand new life in your start. Say it. Violence makes everything disappear. Say it. Say it. I want to see your comments there. Yes, that's right. That's right. Violence. There we go. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Rain. Thank you, guys. Where are you? Boom. I want to show that. Violence makes everything disappear. And don't forget this concept. Violence that wipes out the opposite color That's special violence. All right. It's a clear indication of which side of this tug of war, which team is the stronger of the two. You understand? And there could be no clearer example than red violence eliminating green. Boom. All right. Oops, Facebook stopped. Guys, I don't know why Facebook stopped, but whoever's listening to me here and listening to me on Facebook, let's get messages out to my guys on the Facebook side and tell them to join the YouTube side. All right. All right. Okay. Now, good. Let's get back to the charts. Okay. Boom. Get myself down here. Boom. All right. Now, so we have a violent scenario where we get into the stock. Oh, that's too big. We get into the stock here, right? Boom, right? Because this was once green, okay? Yeah, I know Facebook stopped. Can you get them over into YouTube? All right. All right, cool. So green and then red violence wipes out the green. Boom! That's the entry point. Enter, stop, protective stop above the high. You've got to be willing to lose the violence. All right. If that's super far away, do it light. Okay. If it's too far away, it's not your trade. You've got to be willing to accept the loss above the violence in this case. All right. And this can help you decide which size. Can you do 3 lots? But you have to know, if I do 3 lots here and get stopped out, what is that? What dollar loss is that? If I do 2 lots and get stopped out, what dollar loss is that? If I do 1 lot and get stopped out, what dollar loss is that? All right. You've got to know the loss before you place the trade. Too many traders are getting into a trade and realizing like, oh my God, if I get stopped out there, I'm destroyed. How do you get into a trade before you know what your maximum loss is? That's not intelligent. All right. Knowing your maximum loss helps you determine what size. Do you do it heavy? Do you do it regular? Do you do it light? Or do you not do it at all? All right. So you need to know that in advance. All right. So we're entering here. I entered here. Boom. Stop above the high. And guys, look, I play these things heavily. As you can see in the lower right-hand corner, let me do this with a different color here. You'll see, well, I can start off with it. On this trade, we're going to continue over here. This is the Apple trade. It was a $1,600 gain, but in a relatively short period of time. All right. So I go short here. We go short here before this red. Now, by the time this bar drops to the low, I'm in the money. Now, check this out. Let's complete the red bar. Let's look at the bar the way it's supposed to be red. So you see the way it's supposed to be red. Downward movements are red. So the stock started dropping from here. Let's paint the color the way it should, not the way the chart paints it. Let's look at it the way we're supposed to see it in our mind's eye. We're supposed to see this whole movement down is red. Boom. All right. Now I'm going to fill that in. Now, this is a wall of red. It's going to be hard for any green movement up to climb all the way up that red bar wall. That wall is too big. It's too violent. It's too strong. It's too high for the weak side. You see, the red has proven to be the strong side. The green has proven to be the weak side. So the weak side is weak and can't climb walls. So any move up is a gift to me. So as soon as this drops, I cover a little bit here, not all of it. I cover a little bit there. All right. Now, when you're playing size, this is a big gain here already. All right. But I'm also going to place orders to sell all the way back up, just in case Apple bounces, which as you can see, Apple bounces right back into my additional sell orders. So we go right back up. Boom, I get short again. I cover some down there. This is a very sophisticated trade. I'm using the wall as my protection. I know that wall is going to protect me most of the time. I know bounces into that wall are going to knock the stock back down. So what do I do again? I refresh my orders for sale. And what happens? We bounce up into more short, more short, more short. Boom! Boom! And there's that sound. I love that sound. Do you understand? That's the sound of a money printing machine. It sounds like this. I love it. Do it for me. Do it for me. You can do it. Let me see you do it. If you don't know how to do that, you know what that means. All right. Now, some of you, you have a dollar counting machine as well, but some of your machines sound like this. Yeah, just like that. No. You want that machine to go. That's that money machine. Boom, short more. Boom, short more. All right. And guys, look, you gotta say boom with authority. Boom, like that's a boom. Boom, Oliver. Boom. Here's a boom over here. Yeah, I got a boom here too. No. We don't do that. Boom. I know, guys. I stopped growing up a long time ago. All right, guys, you got it. So what are the main takeaways from this, guys? There are several things that I need you to walk away with, several concepts that if you use these concepts, they're going to reward you for the rest of your trading life. I promise you. They will never go away. They will be there and they will repeat themselves over and over again. I don't care what you trade, options, bonds, stocks, cryptocurrencies, futures. These are universal concepts, all time frames, 2-minute, hourly, daily, 5-minute, doesn't matter. Okay. So here are the main concepts. Violence makes everything disappear. No moving averages, no support, no resistance, no nothing. It's just violence in a vacuum, as if it's the beginning of the universe. In the beginning, there was violence. You understand? Nothing else. It's in the beginning. Okay. Now, violence creates a beginning, makes everything that happened before it disappear. All right. You can't have moving averages in the beginning. You need 20 bars for a 20-period moving average. You need 200 bars for a 200-period moving average. You only have 1 bar. You got nothing. In the beginning, there was violence. Okay. Now, violence makes everything disappear. That's concept number 1. Concept number 2, walls. Well, no, concept number 2, violence that eliminates the opposite color is you've got to always go with the side of the eliminator. That the eliminator is the dominant force, because you can have power to the upside and then power to the downside. But if the downside wipes out the power to the upside, then you give the benefit of the doubt to the downside violence. The wiper outer is the winner. The eliminator is the winner. The eraser is the winner. Do you understand? And we give the benefit of the doubt to the wiper outer, to the side that wipes out the opposite color. That's concept number 2. It will never fail you, or rarely fail you. I shouldn't say never. Thanks, Mom. Okay. Concept number 3. When your violence turns into a wall, when your violence turns into a wall like this, look at the wall. This is violence. But a wall is like violence on top of violence, right? When your violence turns into a wall, the weak side, which is green now, will not be able to crawl all the way back up to the height of the wall. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it's not probable. So the accuracy of this is 87% of the time. That's almost 9 times out of every 10. The green move up, any move up is temporary. So because the move up is temporary, I'm gonna sit there and just move up and whack it on top of its head. Moves up again, whack it. You know the game whack-a-mole, right? You're waiting for the mole to pop his head back up. Boom! Whack that mole. He's over here now. Boom! Wait a minute, he's over here now. Boom! Whack-a-mole. So when you have a wall, we're playing whack-a-mole, right? The move up, slam that thing back down. And those are gifts to me. In fact, I call this, my traders know this as the gift zone. And usually the bounces, right, do not bounce more than 50% up the wall. So look at the 50% area of the wall. Look at that. Like freaking magic. Move up 50%. What's that sound again? And there you have it, guys. Those are the 3 concepts I want you to walk away with. All right? You got them? That is my live trade review of Apple today. Woo! $1,600, short period of time. All right? It's not the end of the world, but that's more in one trade. All right? Over a few minutes, that's more than 99.9% of the entire population of planet Earth makes. And you can take these 3 concepts I shared with you today, and you can duplicate this over and over and over again for the rest of your freaking life. All right, you'll need to practice it. You'll need me to stay on top of you and correct a few things as you become very familiar with it. But this is a repeatable thing that I have been playing for 34 years. You understand? So look, traders, I know that there are going to be scammers in the comments. They're all over the place today. All right, times are tough, so they're scamming big. Don't be fooled by anyone. My only accounts in the world are OL Velez 007, Instagram, Facebook. Here, OL Velez 007. I will never ask you for money. Never, never. I will never contact you and say, hi, how are you doing? How's your trading? None of that nonsense. That's not me. Don't get fooled, right? By the copycatters who are trying to scam you. They're everywhere today, all right? Be smart. Be smart. If you're ever in doubt, you just ask me, okay? Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing is that I want you all to know that for a cup of coffee a day, less, check this out. You can be with me every single week, multiple times, live sessions together, all right? Reviewing trades together, nailing down these concepts, stacking them on top of each other, growing week by week. Every week we grow. Every week you become more knowledgeable. Every week you become more astute. Every week you become more skilled. And you start putting these weeks together, and over a 3-month, 6-month, 8-month period, wow, $15 a month. Guys, it's not even a drink. You spend more money on a drink, on a glass of wine, some of you, on a cocktail. This is life-changing for $15. All right? So if you're interested in joining, there's the URL, VIPTradingClubs.com. Join the family. We do amazing things. All right? What I also want you, in addition to joining the club, what you can do also is make sure that you are with me this Thursday. If you have not participated in any events that I've done live before, this is a must-attend event. Thursday, April 29th, 1 p.m. in the afternoon Eastern Time. That's New York time. All right? I'm going to go over 3 keys that will catapult you to at least the top 10% of all market participants. I don't care what market it is. You follow these 3 keys, traders, and it will be hard to go too far off the deep end. It will be hard to blow up in any market. It will be hard to actually be terrible at your trading. It will require more work, but the majority of all problems in trading stem from not having the 3 keys that I'm going to be sharing with you on Thursday. I want you to have this. This is absolutely free. All right. And I'm doing something I've never done before. I'm bringing all of my master traders in with me. All right. I'm going to be dealing with them individually. And if you're not part of that, you're going to be watching what we do in our master trading sessions, but going over these 3 keys. Do not miss this. I've never done this before. This is a first time event. So if you've ever seen events and you love those events, this is going to be over the top. And if you've never experienced an event from me, wow. If I have to say so myself, you're in for a treat. All right, guys. So make sure you get there. It's going to be right here on my YouTube channel. Guys, understand, I have 3 YouTube channels: English, Spanish, Portuguese. We're doing the event in all 3 languages from all 3 YouTube channels. All right? I want you to be there. Thank you all, guys, for joining me today. Thank you for your continued support. I just crossed 200,000 subscribers. That is crazy. Now, I know in the grand scheme of things, traders, that's small. I mean, I see sites with millions of followers. That doesn't faze me at all. Over 200,000 people from around the world have taken the time out of their lives to share with me their most precious commodity, their time to watch my videos, to comment, to like. Guys, I am so deeply humbled. I'm flabbergasted by your generosity. Thank you so much for your support. If you like this event, smash that like button. Give me a comment below. Tell me what was your favorite part of the event today. And also let me know what you want to see more of, and I will oblige. Okay. All right, guys, I gotta go. I'm gonna hit the gym. Trading is over. I'm gonna hit the gym and I'm gonna grab something to eat. Boom. Oh yeah. Woo! I love it. I love this game. I love it. 34 years. You understand? 34 years. And I love it like it was yesterday I started. Woo! Boom. Love it, love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, guys. Ciao.